All right, so what I got here is John Morant. Um, bro, got fined by the NBA $75,000. Let me just go ahead and run a clip.
Run
Get
it.
him.
Breaking news out of the NBA. The NBA has fined Memphis's John Morant $75,000 for finger gun gestures. The NBA cited two finger gun motions from Morant in Thursday's game in Miami, hours after the league had issued a warning to Morant and the Grizzlies about refraining from the gesture. So we talked about this to open the show. $75,000 is the punishment. Hours after he was given a heads up from the league. Your thoughts?
Although I feel bad for John Morant because I feel like, this is not that big of a deal. The NBA feels otherwise. You saw Draymond Green there trying to get him a technical foul for crying out loud. I think at this point in time, John Morant has to look in the mirror and ask himself this question. How much more money are you willing to lose? I mean, it was a gun incident on Instagram. It was a gun incident. You got 8-game suspension one time. You got a 25-game suspension the other time, okay? You lost endorsement dollars and what have you. People have speculated this is over $40 to $50 million he may have lost. Now it's another 75, which isn't a big deal. The point is that, again, it may be unfortunate. Hell, it may be a bit excessive even in his eyes. We're not rooting for you, brother. We want you to win. We want you to play exceptionally well. There are rules and regulations. Hell, I got to live with you got to live with rules. We all got to live with rules when we work for somebody else. Okay, that's just the way that it goes when you're associated with somebody else. Come on, Ja. Just do away with that stuff. It's not a big deal, bro. Let's not make it bigger than it is.
The MIDI Lab Show.
Hey, back in action. Look here. I think on one hand, there's two approaches. On one hand, the NFL, or I'm sorry, if the NBA says, we don't want those kind of gestures. Hey, it's their league, man. Like they get to make the calls. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're on our court during one of our functions and we paying you to go out there and perform, this is our requirement. You know what I'm saying? If they told them, everybody in the NBA got to wear church shoes when y'all play for us. Unless they
wear some church shoes.
You in some church shoes, homie. You about to be out there in some loafers. On the other hand, and I do understand what they're trying to do and what they're trying to address, and I definitely respect where they're coming from. I feel like as a whole, as a culture, man, we're doing it's not enough in that sense. Like if we really want to address the issue of real gun violence, man, we got to take it all the way from the top and then work our way down. You know what I'm saying? Like we have a whole bunch of things that we do where we try to make all these laws and more reasons to find people, more reasons to put people in jail. But we don't do enough to change the way people think. And that falls in line first and foremost with our own leadership and it works its way down.
Hey, I'm going to double down right where you at, brother, and keep it the same. Like 100%, John Morant went through so much turmoil, trial, tribulation in the NBA, being in Memphis, being hood, all that we speak about, projection. So much so that it couldn't be helped that he was the martyr for the NBA. Like we didn't let you in back when we wasn't been supposed to let you back because of these actions. Now it might not have been looked at the same way 5 years ago. But after all the things you've been through and represent, and the league tried to push aside and still give you a chance, bro, that's all you, man.
That's on you, huh?
You warranted that one. Like I can't even take a side except for you warranted that, bro.
Yeah.
Y'all see the new one? Y'all see the new one though? He did the whole. He hit a shot like that and threw a grenade, bro. That's a new one.
Hey, it's not a gun, but
it was like last night. It was like last night. I was like, man, it's like watching like my 12-year-old, bro. Like, you didn't say I can't throw grenades. You said I can't shoot guns. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what are you doing, dude? What are you doing?
Yeah,
what are you doing?
I totally agree. To piggyback off that, Mike, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I actually got fired for saying I'm gonna shoot you an email. Okay, shoot you an email to a coworker. Resources said Yeah, the human resources said it's because it was close to the Parkland shooting, and people
Oh,
are
wow.
sensitive to that type of topic. So the shooting of the email, and yeah, they were white. Sorry, but it frightened them that I shot them an email. Do y'all get the slang? Like, come on, man. Like, yeah, man. It's out of control. But in the case of Ja, though, to keep it real, you brought it on yourself, bro, because you was playing with guns with them wannabe gangsters you was around, and you was trying to be running around with the pistols and the blickies, and all in the video. And yeah, you tripping, bro. Just shut up and dribble for real.
Hey,
Shut up and smoke.
I want to piggyback off of because that nigga John Morant being caught so many times with pistols. Why, fool? You play for the NBA, fool. Why you trying to act tough, homie? We don't care that you tough. You really not tough. You play basketball, fool. You're not a gangster. You might have been a gangster back in the day, but today you play for the NBA.
He wasn't a gangster back in the day. He was playing basketball.
Hey, facts. So, but 18, man, you bring up a solid point when you ask the question. When you're like, why are you doing it? You know what I'm saying? And I know you yourself with your personal experiences. I mean, you know what time it is. Ain't nobody, pulling no wool over your eyes. It's not glitz and glam. Ain't none of it cool, man. It all comes with consequences. These folks out here think that playing with these guns don't come with consequences, bro. They far-reaching consequences.
Definitely.
They look for cultural clout.
And that's my point right there, Jack. Is that culturally it's become acceptable. What historically, and when I say historically, I'm talking about going back to the original Panther Party. When they carried weapons within the confines of the law for the purpose of protecting themselves, and they stood by that. And what did COINTEL do? It took the leaders out of the community. Like it says in scripture, if you smite the shepherd, you scatter the flock. Right? You kill the head, what happens to the body? Now all of a sudden they replaced that with crack and everything else. Because we know that the drugs didn't come from us.
Mr. Hampton.
Right. Yeah. That's a great example. So the culture shifts to the point where the groups that were united back in the days when you had the Migrant Farm Workers Association work with the Black Panthers and the American Indian Movement. And all the different civil rights groups of different ethnicities were coming together under one banner. They was able to divide that up. You know what I'm saying? To the point that now guns are looked at as a rite of passage into manhood, just like prison and selling drugs. And then people get upset when the stuff comes to fruition. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Debo. I see y'all with a big smile on your face. But it's crazy. And this is something that is repetitive in our nation. Right, something horrible hits the scenes, and it doesn't matter until it hits certain people's front yard. Then all of a sudden, it's like, we got to do something about it. Meanwhile, some of us been living with that for a long time. And so, when you ask the question, why is this person who's this successful doing these things? It's because culturally, it's deemed as manly, or it's celebrated. And I hate to say it, our music went from telling the truth, went from reporting what was going on to now idolizing it. You know what I'm saying? To the point where you got a lot of people come from our neighborhood that almost feel bad that they have an education. We talk about crabs in a barrel. People want to pull you back because you speak proper English. You know what I'm saying? Or you're pursuing something other than sports, music. And it's like, oh, why are you doing that? Again, when we start to see these things come to fruition, we got a whole lot of mothers crying. We got a lot of young men dying, a whole lot of older men that's incarcerated behind a lot of this stuff. So it's really bigger than somebody just playing around on a basketball court, which you guys have already highlighted. It's just I don't think anybody, with the real influence is asking the right questions, because the truth of the matter is certain people do know exactly how these things get triggered. They've written books about it. Like you could go buy it off the shelf right now.
Art of War.
Hey, Art of War is one of them. On Combat, On Killing. Like we got military service members who study psychology going in and talking about the effects of what gun violence does. And you ain't got to be in Vietnam, Iraq, or Afghanistan. You be right here.
The MIDI Lab Show.